make these mistakes when participating in a game jam, because most of these apply to real games too. I'm Paula, this is CodingCrate, and today I'm gonna tell you what to do to avoid these things.
Number 1.
Not spending enough time on the idea. Because I often heard people say that the execution matters more than the idea, and that thinking about it too long could waste your precious time, I often brainstorm for like 10 minutes. And that was it. But instead, take a half hour to 1 hour for the idea and really think about how to execute it. Also, plan your game. Write a to-do list with everything you need to do. I like to use Todoist. Another similar program is Trello, I think. But really, you can use anything, like a pen and some paper. The most important thing is to have a clear idea of what your game will be like.
Number 2.
Choosing a too obvious game idea. So, what do I mean by that? I will give you an example. In the Skull Space Jam 17, the theme was Protect, and many people made a game where there is something in the middle and enemies that you have to shoot come from all directions and try to destroy the thing. In another game jam, the topic was empty, and a lot of people interpreted that as making the room empty by shooting enemies. And what do these examples both have in common? They are both top-down shooters. Never make a top-down shooter in a game jam unless you have a really creative idea to make it unique. It usually seems really uncreative and everyone will have the same idea as you, trust me. And how do you come up with more interesting ideas? Well, something I like to do is setting a 1 minute to 2 minute timer and writing as many ideas down as I can in that time. And what if you don't have any ideas in this brainstorming speedrun? Well, just start with a game that already exists, a genre or an object around you, and try to modify it so it fits the theme. Or think about everything you associate with the theme and then make it unique. For example, for the theme Protect, we immediately thought of a tower defense game and made it unique by having to craft the towers with cards first. I, by the way, now will expand that game, so check out my devlogs for that. And if you participate in the game jam with multiple people, you can discuss the ideas you came up in the 1 minute together and choose the best one.
Number 3.
Making a too complicated game. There are two ways you can interpret this, and I made both of these mistakes. The first one is to not have a playable game early enough and still working on the core game loop when you should be polishing. And the other one is having a too complex game that people don't understand. Always improve your game and think about everything. Modify the idea while working and don't just try to fix something which doesn't fundamentally work. And make good tutorials. Don't just put a wall of text in the main menu. No one wants to read that. People will just click away. Teach step by step, in-game or with little chunks of text. But no wall of text. No one wants to read that. People will just click.
Number 4.
Trying to play it safe. Look at these two games I made. They were both made for game jams and they both look pretty similar. And that is for a reason. I tried to improve myself in one type of game and that type of game only. And missed the entire point of game jams. Yes, game jams are about learning, but not about constant improvement in a certain skill. But rather about trying something completely new and something you've never done before. If you have no experience in programming and don't have any idea how to program something, okay, maybe try to play it a bit safe, but generally, if you have a unique idea, it can either completely fail or be awesome, and I would definitely take that risk.
Number 5.
Not playtesting early enough. This also is a reason why you should have a finished game pretty early on, because then you can let your friends and family test it. You might think, well, this game is balanced. Well, this game is fun. I played it and it is. But you worked on this game the entire day and you can't really judge your own creation. And someone else might point out something that is really easy to fix and massively improves your game.
Number 6.
Not listening to your playtesters. This is why you should playtest early. Then you have still time to implement the fixes. And also you don't feel so attacked by critique because you haven't worked on the game for 3 days without a break. And another similar mistake is
Number 7.
ignoring obvious problems in your game. Oh, the game isn't really fun and way too difficult? It will be fine. The drag and dropping doesn't work at all and it's really frustrating. I'll just leave a hint in the description. I'm sure people will read that before playing. I'm sure, definitely, yeah. Also, the screenshots have different sizes, which is really confusing, and the tutorial is way too difficult to understand for someone who has never played the game before, and it doesn't matter, definitely doesn't matter.
I'll just leave a hint in the description.
I'll just leave a hint, it will be fine. And in all these cases, I still had enough time, so we can't blame the time.
Number 8.
Keeping your programmer's art until the final version. I often see people do this, but it's so easy to improve a game's look in like half an hour or even less. Just look, we have these basic shapes in the game. It looks like crap. So we need to draw new sprites, right? Wrong! Just go to colors.co, hit the spacebar a few times and boom! You have a nice color palette. Put that into your game and it immediately looks 10 times better. Another trick is not to keep the standard font. It looks so... it doesn't look good. Just go to fonts.google.com and find over 1,000 free fonts you can use for your game. And you don't even have legal issues. Implement that and boom! In just a few minutes we managed to take our game from looking like this to this.
Number 9.
Not making any audio. Okay, here's how to make your game jam game 10 times more fun to play. If you can, make some music or download some if you have the right to use it. And then go to a website like JSFXR, download some sounds and implement them. That's it. Literally, that's it. And finally,
Number 10.
not rating other games. Like some other things on this list, this isn't really a mistake I made, but I still wanted to include it because I think it is really important. No one will rate your game if you don't rate other games. That doesn't mean you should just post a link in the comments of each game. Rather give actual helpful feedback and then suggest checking out your game. Everyone likes getting feedback. I like getting feedback too, so subscribe if you like this video and check out my other videos here. I'm Paula, this is CodingCrate, where I code and create games. Good luck.